Hey guys, welcome back for another video. First and foremost, happy Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th as I'm recording this. And fun video tonight. There's going to be a special screening of Friday the 13th Part 3 at the TCL Chinese Theater. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Larry Zerner, Tracie Savage are going to be there for a Q&A after the movie, as well as Bryan Fuller, the new writer slash showrunner of the new Crystal Lake Peacock, TV show. So hopefully, fingers crossed, hopefully with some cool info on that. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I'll record, the Q&A. So let's get this video started.
Okay. So nice to see you.
I know the other day, and I was like, all right, can you come over here now? Like, whatever. He was like, you can't be on here. I got
Big round of applause. Bryan Fuller. And two of our unfortunate victims from the movie. Let's bring back Larry Zerner, who played Shelley, and welcome Tracie Savage, who played Debbie. Bryan, you were here the other night for RRR. Is this the best? But this was better, right? Well, yeah, okay. Sorry, RRR. Although Jason throwing a leopard at another person would have been pretty cool. Bryan, I want to start with you. Now, I know the series is unique with a lot of fans in that a lot of them didn't kind of experience them in order. I was curious, what was your intro to the series? Was it this film? Was it a different one?
My intro was the first one, and I read it before I saw it. So I read it in Famous Monsters, which did synopses. So I was obsessed with Mrs. Voorhees from the age of 10, which was probably 3 years before I saw the movie. So it was all about Famous Monsters.
For Tracie and Larry, I'm just curious, how did you guys get involved in the film? Were you familiar with the first two at all, or was it just completely new to you?
I've been a child actress since I was 2 years old and had done lots of television, lots of wholesome stuff. Little House on the Prairie, and going way back to Marcus Welby and Adam 12, and so I worked a lot as a child actress, and I was getting ready actually to move away to Michigan to go to college in Ann Arbor. And my mom was an agent at the time. She said, they're making this movie and they're casting, and you should probably go out on the interview. But no, Mom, I'm kind of done with acting. I'm moving away. But I went on the interview. It was titled Crystal Japan because they were sort of hiding the title for a while, the real name. And I got cast and I got hired, and I thought, well, this will pay for a semester or two at University of Michigan. So I ended up working on the film. I still wasn't really sure what it was in the beginning. I wasn't a huge fan of the horror genre, but now I am. So that's how I got started.
Yeah, my casting story is kind of interesting. I think a lot of people know it, but I was 18. I was, wannabe actor here in LA. Grew up in LA and studying theater at CSUN, and had a job handing out movie tickets, to previews, like you see, you want to go to the movie. And I was in Westwood on a Saturday night handing out tickets to a Australian movie called The Road Warrior that no one had heard of and no one wanted to see. And these people came up to me, and so it's like I look like that, right? I got the fro and I'm fat, and that's it. And these people came up to me and go, "Are you an actor?" And I'm like, well, they must have seen me in Greece at Fairfax High because I rocked it. So I'm like, yeah, I'm an actor. And they're like, well, we wrote this movie and we think you'd be really good in it. And that was Marty Katrasser and Carol Watson, and they had written it, and they just saw me and were like, yeah, that's the guy. It's like fro, wannabe actor, Shelley, that's him. Yes. So, and I gave my agents, I had an agent, and they gave me my name, and a couple days later, I got a call to go down and audition. So I still have an audition, but it was really like, bam, you're just like meant to be in this movie, and yeah, so it happened.
So the next time somebody's handing you out passes, just like take note of them because they might end up being in, you know, one of the Conjurings or some shit later. Tracie, I want to skip right up to your death scene because, like, as we talked about the trivia, it was a famous, you know, recreation of Kevin Bacon's death. But he got to lay in a bed. You were in a hammock. What was that process like? I couldn't imagine that was very comfortable.
It was really crazy. It was a crazy day of shooting. Took all day to shoot that, like, 2-second shot. And it took months of prep before. Basically, I'm giving away the film secret, but basically what they did is they created a replica of my torso from my hips up to my neck and made a foam rubber copy of my entire upper body. And then they glued it to my neck so that this upper torso is attached here and sticking out there. They cut a hole in the hammock, and I got down underneath, kind of my body was under the hammock, and the fake part of the body was out on top of the hammock, except for my arms and my shoulders. And that gave a little play between where my real neck was and the neck of the little replica. And so they could push the knife up through there. But of course, the whole deal was trying to make sure that the knife worked, that the seam, you couldn't see the seam from the fake neck to the real neck, and that the 3D, you know, was a knife coming out. We want to make sure that was right. So it was literally a day long on set trying to shoot that. I was in makeup chair for probably 6 hours as they're putting and they really had one chance to get it. I think they've made 2 of those foam replicas of my chest, but they really wanted to do it in one take. And by the way, that foam, yeah, I sent it actually to my then fiance who was living in Michigan. As a present, I put lace around. I really did. I swear to God. I was in California. He was in Michigan, so I sent him my chest.
Long distance relationship tips from the masters. And Larry, you didn't get a death at all. I mean, you got the appliance on your neck, but did you ever have a death scene? Was it scripted or anything, or was it always meant to be an off-screen?
Yeah, unfortunately, it was always an off-screen. People always ask me, like, did they ever film that scene in the bar? And they did not. That was it. I come in and because it's like, is he faking it or not? I mean, I don't know. At this point, you think you know he's not faking it, but that was the thought.
Bryan, I want to get your opinion on this. Now, this movie introduces one of, I think, cinema's greatest monsters, which is Rick. He's such a fucking asshole. I was sad because I ran out to get another drink, and I was like, I ran back, and I got here just in time to see him die. I'm like, oh, thank God, because like you really just want to see this dude get it. Like, she's like, Rick, stay with me. Why should I? Like, I was just curious. Can we get your thoughts on Rick and some of the other maybe the less wholesome characters of the series?
I actually find a lot of the characters to be more wholesome than what their reputations are, and Rick's just kind of douchey and like making a comment about the weight and all of that. So it was fun to see him die more than Chuck and Chili, who were my point of view characters for the film.
Chuck and Chili, did either of you ever question or internalize or anything why all these like college age kids are hanging out with 4-year-old potheads?
No.
Leave that to the nerds. I did want to ask the two of you about Richard Brooker, who passed away a few years ago. Obviously, you didn't probably get to work with him too much, but maybe just memories from set or anything. By all accounts, he was like a really great, kind of funny guy.
He, you know, in this genre, he's a legend, and everybody knows and knew of him and was sad when he passed away. For me, on the set, I didn't engage with him much. First of all, we were all in our teens, and he was probably 30. He was a professional. He was a professional acrobat, and kind of stayed in character the whole time. And he kept, at least as far as I was concerned, he kind of kept his distance from us. And he didn't hang out with us dumb kids. He was just kind of doing his own thing. So I didn't really ever get to engage much with him. But I know that the fans just love him, and it's too bad that he's not here.
Yeah, neither of us have any actual scenes with Richard during the film. We'd see him, he'd be with his makeup on and smoking a pipe. He smoked a pipe. It was kind of weird to see him smoking a pipe. And then I didn't see him again until there was a screening of the New Art in 2002. Anybody there? And me and Richard and Paul Kratka and Steve Susskind came. That was the first time I had seen him and actually talked to him, because we never talked on the thing. And then, we'd go to conventions, and then we sort of became friendly at conventions. And he was here at the 25th anniversary. We were, right, I think, in this theater, right? Someone? Right? Okay. We were here in the Chinese at 2007, and he was there. And, he was a great guy. He actually won an Emmy for something he invented, some kind of film process. He's a very talented guy.
Tracie, a question for you. One kind of bummer note in this movie is that your character's pregnant, so Jason actually kind of gets another victim in the way there. Dana Kimmel, but Chris has talked about how she had some concerns about some of her characters' things in the script that she wasn't comfortable with. Did you remember ever having a conversation?
I was like, this is the best. So I'm a little upset. I want there to be another lawsuit. But I'm glad it's over, so we can get the series. I want to know all about the series. Woo! Bryan, tell us everything you can tell us about the series.
I can tell you a couple of things. I asked permission this morning. First of all, this is the first excursion of the writing staff, so we have many of the writing staff here for Crystal Lake, up in Rose 1 and 2. We're starting in 2 weeks officially, so but this was our first kind of group outing. And the things that I've gotten permission to share about the show, and if people want to ask questions, I can say yes or no, I can't answer them, but the things I can share that I'm very excited about is that we will have 2 scores. We will have a modern score and a classic score composed by Harry Manfredini. So you can watch both versions on the Peacock, as it were. Well, we'll see, because it certainly supports the time period in which we're telling the story. And Kevin Williamson is going to be writing a script for us. Wow. That's very exciting. And the third tidbit, Adrian King has a recurring role in the first season. So that's kind of a dream come true, as I love that first movie. I love all of the movies, but that first movie is particularly close.
Rank them right now.
And you didn't have Larry's phone number at that time when you were casting for the first season. No, you just.
I can't say what things are.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a good one. She didn't find my phone.
Maybe we'll show up.
Yeah. You didn't know how to reach me either, I take it, right? You better hurry. We're not getting any younger, buddy.
I know the writing staff is out there going, I think we can make Larry a recurring character. I think semi-regular. Okay, you guys, I got money.
We have time for a few questions from the crowd. I saw your hand right there, sir. Yep.
Where are you guys shooting it?
Where are you guys shooting the TV show?
It's a ways away, likely Canada, honestly, because our money will go further, and we've got a very generous budget from the Peacock, but we want to spend a lot of money on casting, so we want to put it on screen in all sorts of ways. We have 1 season that is ordered to production, and another season that Peacock has to pay a very heavy penalty for. And when I pitched the show, I pitched 4 seasons. 8 episodes and some change.
Canada's where they shot Jason Takes Manhattan, so I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's perfect. Crystal Lake. Crystal Creek. Yeah.
Larry, Tracie, did you guys hear of anybody else playing Jason in part 3? I just heard last year that there was another guy for maybe one scene in the barn.
Yeah, I mean, I heard that, but we weren't there.
We
And,
wouldn't have,
yeah,
known.
but I never. Yeah,
There would have been no reason for that anyway.
yeah, I don't.
Good rumor.
The question was, did someone else play Jason in the movie in a scene? Yeah, okay, but we weren't there, so.
Larry, how does it feel to have an iconic piece of film connected to you, like the hockey mask? How does that feel?
It's amazing. I mean, I didn't have much of an acting career, but that I have this thing 40 years later, people come and they love this movie, and I'm a part of this film history is amazing. I knew a lot of actors much better than me, but and they never got this part that became iconic. I sort of I grew up on the Universal monsters, right? And it's like, I'm like the equivalent of the guy who played Igor in Frankenstein, right? It's like you're right. You're like I get a part of that. It's amazing. I'm just so grateful, and it's only been. I think me and Tracie both say it's only been fantastic for us. The having this experience, having instilled this experience. We just went to Lexington, Kentucky for a convention, and it blew us away. The love, yeah.
Alright, everybody. So, back home from the event, long night, but it was a fun one. Got to spend some time, quality time with family. We enjoyed a freaking movie. It was my little sister's first time watching a Friday the 13th in a movie theater, as well as, a Friday the 13th in 3D, Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D. So, yeah, all in all, had a freaking blast. Could not get footage of getting my stuff signed just because, it was kind of rushed, and Tracie Savage was running out the door. Pretty much she had to be somewhere, I guess. And but yeah, got everybody luckily, and I'm about to show you guys right now. So first up for the autographs, guys, as you guys all know by now, Larry Zerner was in attendance for this special screening of Friday the 13th Part 3. So I printed out this cool 8x10. I've always liked this image of him, for his death scene. And so I had him sign it right there. Larry Zerner, Shelley. And yeah, dude was nice as always. Everybody was super cool, hanging out after the screening. So had to get him on 8x10. I already got him on my Friday poster, years ago at ironically a previous screening of Friday the 13th Part 3. So this was my second time watching it in 3D inside a movie theater. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, there you guys go. And next up for the autographs, Tracie Savage had to take off a little bit after the screening, so she was my priority since she was pretty much out the door. And I printed out these two 8x10s from Friday the 13th Part 3 for her to sign. She freaking loved them, especially this one right here. It's a cool picture. I don't know if she gets that one a lot, but I think that's a nice picture of her. So ended up getting these two autographs signed by her. I already had her on my Crystal Lake Memories Blu-ray set and my Friday poster, so I didn't need her on those, but I thought these images were cool, so I had them printed out. And yeah, there you guys go. And last but definitely not least, for the autographs, as you guys know, if you follow my channel, Friday the 13th is my franchise. Had to lay down the poster for you guys right here so you can check it out, on my bed. Just because it's pretty big, it's a full-size poster. So anyway, the newest addition to the poster, finally got Bryan Fuller out of the way. As you guys know, he's going to be writing / show running the new Crystal Lake Peacock, TV series based on Friday the 13th. So I'm super freaking excited. I already was able to, knock his autograph out of the way. Got him on the poster already. I don't got to worry about it. And I can't freaking wait, man. I can't wait. They're gonna have Kevin Williamson. As you guys know, he created Scream. So that has me excited. Adrienne King is coming back, which is actually kind of funny because her signature is like right there, right below his. But yeah, so there you guys go. That's it for the autographs I picked up. And I'll close off on that. That's gonna wrap it up for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, can't wait to see what the next well, their next event is actually the My Bloody Valentine. They're gonna have the day of Valentine's Day. They're having My Bloody Valentine 3D with the director and some cast members to be announced. But yeah, that's their next event. If you guys want to check out Screamfest, for their Fears and Beers events, check them out. And yeah, had a freaking blast. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, the little Q&A portion. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video.